Welcome to the Leaders Insights podcast. Today's episode, Customer Acquisition in 2026, Why Growth Efficiency Has Replaced Growth at All Costs. The growth at all costs era didn't just slow down, it collapsed, and some very well-funded companies didn't survive it. What actually changed in how CMOs think about customer acquisition?
The math stopped working. When capital was cheap, you could paper over a bad CAC with the argument that you'd fix retention later. Rates went up, investor patience ran out, and suddenly the unit economics that everyone had been deferring became the only conversation in the boardroom. CMOs who built their careers on aggressive top-of-funnel spending had to fundamentally rebuild how they think about a customer's value before acquiring them.
So what does disciplined acquisition actually look like in practice, not in theory?
It looks like Duolingo, which shifted its paid acquisition budget significantly toward retention-adjacent cohorts, users who had already shown intent signals, rather than cold audiences. Their CAC dropped while LTV held. Or look at Monday.com, which restructured its performance marketing around payback period targets, not just cost per acquisition. They set a hard ceiling: no channel gets budget if payback exceeds 14 months. That kind of constraint forces real prioritization.
14 months feels aggressive. Is that realistic across industries?
It depends on your average contract value and churn rate, but the principle is sound. B2B SaaS with high retention can afford 18 to 24 months. Consumer subscription with high early churn cannot. The mistake most CMOs make is applying a single payback benchmark across a heterogeneous portfolio of channels and customer segments. You need different thresholds for different cohorts, and most marketing teams in 2026 still don't have the data infrastructure to do that cleanly.
Where are teams actually losing money right now without realizing it?
Paid social largely. Meta's own data, and they're transparent about this in their advertiser benchmarks, shows that CPMs in competitive verticals are up roughly 30% compared to 2 years ago, while conversion rates have stayed flat or declined. Teams are spending more to reach the same audience with worse results, and they're not reallocating because the channel is familiar. Meanwhile, organic and community-led acquisition, which has lower short-term measurability, gets cut first in budget reviews, even when it's producing better long-term customers.
You mentioned data infrastructure. What's the minimum viable setup a CMO needs to actually run this kind of disciplined acquisition?
You need cohort-level revenue data connected to acquisition source, and you need it updated at least weekly. That's it. Everything else, the AI attribution tools, the multi-touch modeling, is refinement. If you can see by channel and by month of acquisition what a customer cohort is worth at 30, 60, and 90 days, you can make defensible budget decisions. Most teams still can't pull that report without a 2-week data engineering project.
One thing a CMO can do this week to start closing that gap?
Pull your last 4 acquisition cohorts by channel and calculate 90-day revenue per customer. If that number isn't on your regular dashboard, that's your first problem to solve before touching a single campaign.
To go further, Leaders Insights offers strategic training programs, diagnostic tools, and an executive self-assessment designed for CMOs, CDOs, CFOs, and leaders aiming for board-level performance. Explore everything at mba-training.com. Thank you for listening to the Leaders Insights podcast. See you tomorrow for another episode.